but we're gonna see if he can make a loser's run. But starting off this first match, we're gonna have Cloud Zelda, which I think Cloud is supposed to do well in this matchup with his CQC being very good. But something that I thought about was that Cloud's kind of tall, so that means lightning kick out of triple is gonna be a problem if he's not spacing his thing exactly right. So we're gonna see if Ray can deal with Tam's Cloud, or is Tam also gonna fall like Ray?
It's definitely going to be one to watch, and I love that you mentioned specifically that, yeah, like, Cloud's going to be pretty decent at close quarters. He's a pretty quick fighter, and even though he's got that big sword, yeah, you can see he does need to use that full range, because Zelda's got a lot of range as well, and that's going to be the problem for Tam here, or at least the difficult part of the game, is spacing those approaches so perfectly, because spacing and retreating, yeah, you can do that if you've got a sword, but spacing and approaching when you got that sword, that is the question. So far, Tam's not doing a bad job.
No, absolutely not. With a 40% lead now. He's doing pretty well, especially with Zelda at the ledge. And Zelda really doesn't have a lot of amazing options off the ledge. She has a couple mix-ups that are kind of tricky if you don't know about him, but it seems like Tam is doing a good job of keeping him in control.
I know that Tam has played online at least a healthy amount, so I'm sure that he's familiar with Zelda as well, and knows how not to overcommit when he's got that ledge trap going and sees like, all right, yeah, she's got some tricks, she's got some projectiles at the ledge, but I can still react in time and take her out there and take her out on stage as well. Like you said, that close quarters game is going to be big for Tam. That's going to decide how he's getting a lot of those stocks.
As we saw there, that lightning kick out of field will be able to hit a falling cloud, so Knight's a little wrong way. I like how Tam's hitting the Knight, and I do like how Ray is just kind of running into it. He needs to be a little bit more careful, delaying his approaches a little bit more.
Yeah. I think that both of these guys, they do have their work cut out for them when it comes to opening each other up. And, online it's a little bit more difficult to just wait for your opponent to make a mistake and then punish them for that because reaction times are a little bit neutered. Now, Tam does get a little bit lucky there with that Blade Beam detonating on the Phantom, so that helps him get back off ledge. But the key to the game is going to be this right here, getting to center stage and not giving it to the Zelda, because we've seen what Ray has done so far with control of that stage. I'm just amazed how good Tam has been at getting off the ledge against the Zelda.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job of it right now, but he in fact died for it right there. And Ray's ledge trapping there, catching the tournament winner, and going to be moving on to the next stock. But yeah, right before that moment, Tam was doing a good job, and then that one ledge trap literally was a stock. So,
but, I mean, that's all it takes against Zelda, right? I mean, she hits so ridiculously hard, and with all those tools to help associate or facilitate those ledge traps, in fact, yeah, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with if you're stuck there, but don't stick on that ledge too long against Cloud either. Blade Beam coming through, slice and dice.
Absolutely, and that's something that, like, a lot of people forget is a mechanic in this game, is the higher percent you are, the less invincibility time. So a lot of people, like, overestimate the amount of invincibility they have and think they're safe, especially when a Cloud's standing there at roll distance and you're not really, like, reacting to his options. So catching the jumps, that might have been a stock right there.
Yeah, honestly, Ray's juggling game has been very good. Or just like the command over having the advantage, right? It seems that Ray doesn't really give that up out of anything. And honestly, I'm also very impressed by any time Tam overextends, there seems to be a lightning kick waiting for him. And at these percents, that could be a death sentence.
Oh, absolutely. One of the strongest back airs in the game, excluding like gimmicks like Smash Art or Aura.
Yeah. Any modifiers, we should say.
Yeah.
At least I
were a PC term.
A personal computer term, indeed. But here we go. We got that Zelda stuck at the ledge, and the Tam hasn't. It looks like he's getting a little bit impatient on these ledge traps, honestly, because he's doing a great job of it early on in the game. And now, Ray's been getting away with it, but here we see trying to punish that Cloud on shield. It's a tough job to do. He's got very little ending lag, and honestly, this game's getting real close.
That's how you can tell someone doesn't really know the Cloud matchup, is if they know that is safe. Because you just saw Ray just try and drop shield F smash, but that's not going to work against an option like the limit cross slash. Ooh, Nair out of shield's going to be able to beat that dash attack though.
Here's that big setup at the ledge. Get up attack, though. It's going to stall Tam short of where Ray was covering. Got the limit on deck, but the Blade Beam's not going to kill all the way across the stage. Tam's got to find another way to do it right now. I love that shield pressure with that back air, but now off stage again, it's going to be scary.
Yeah, this is a bad spot to be in for Cloud. Oh, he rolled through. Ah!
Whoa, jumping away
That
from
was
the
scary.
grab. Very scary and almost
Yeah.
impossible now, as yes, indeed, projectile game coming through for Ray and taking a nail biter of a game 1.
If the Zelda reads your trajectory, getting back to stage, you're just kind of dead to that side B.
Oh yeah, you're done.
It is dummy strong.
Honestly, especially against a Cloud there too. I mean, that's such a death. That's such a death setup, right? Because as a Cloud, you gotta go low. You have to go straight up with that climb hazard against a Zelda, because otherwise you got to use that air dodge to get to the ledge, and she can easily just phantom, sword up, and cover that ledge, and you'll be gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of options Zelda has to keep that out, but that's gonna be game 1 going to Ray. So this is gonna be a pretty nice game 2 coming on. I'm sure that we might see a stage switch here.
I would expect it. Although to be fair, I think that Tam was playing very well given what PS2 gave him. I think that it definitely covered for him a couple of times when he fumbled in neutral or had a bad approach. It gave him that room to back off but not be stuck at the ledge against a Zelda. And on top of that, it takes a lot of extension from Zelda to get off the ledge or from the ledge back to center stage and control the pace of the game against a Cloud on Pokemon Stadium 2. And I think that's where Tam was really shining, was making sure that if the Zelda was trying to get out of that bad spot to reset it to neutral, she was going to have to go through a sword covering a platform first to do it.
Yeah. So you would suggest taking Zelda to a big stage, is what you're saying. Is a big stage where you have a lot of room to move around. You're not really on ledge all that often.
Big stage to move around could be helpful as well. However, you do also want to make sure that, again, you are playing Cloud. Getting those kills is going to be difficult. I might expect to see maybe a town and city pick here, although that does open up the possibility of you dying early or even getting ledge trapped very hard on that city transformation.
Yeah, or even just dying to the ledge traps outright with the Lightning Cake, the Phantom, and of course that side B. Well, we're going to see town and city. Your prediction was exactly right. So
town and city, indeed. I mean, to be honest, this town transformation is great for Cloud against Zelda. You can see that Tam can take to these platforms. He can disengage from this projectile game against Zelda. And of course, if he can get her over to the ledge, he can actually get those kills at a reasonable percent, which is not something Cloud can do on every stage.
No, absolutely not.
I know you see.
Neutral B.
Yeah, there's a whole lot that Zelda's got. I mean, honestly, she's joined that class of characters that like Kirby and Incineroar's in, where just the kind of game data isn't great for her, but her moves are incredible. But man, Ray's got to show off some real moves to get off this ledge and get into it against Tam, because this ledge trap has been brutal so far, just as we saw in game 1.
Yeah, no meaningful neutral wins for Ray here, and it's hard. It's hard to get a neutral win, especially against Cloud. Oh, come into my loving arms. Did you see the knight push him into the grab?
Yeah, no, Zelda's definitely playing a 2v1 sometimes, and that's kind of hard to deal with, but there we go. I love that spacing there by Tam to just whip that back air, and what that does is that sets up a coverage for if Ray approaches him, but if Ray stands still or retreats, Tam doesn't get hit with that end lag on shield, and then he's able to close out the stock with the dash attack afterwards, and my goodness, he's reading every single which way that Ray is moving. I mean, Tam is on a roll.
Yo, Tam's playing hot right now. He said that game 1 was a fluke. I'm coming for you.
Tam is on it, but going off stage there, Climb Hazard's going to save his butt with all those active hitboxes, and the downer coming through to Clank with the Phantom as well. I'm loving this gameplay I'm seeing here from Tam, but how do you get back to the ledge?
I like that little sneak into the charge there, but gonna take that stock by the Phantom.
Still a lot of work cut out for Ray here, though. 116% built up, and as we saw, Tam been making good use of these close side blast zones for it. They're not going to do it off the top, but 136. Oh, and the parry as well. That back air could have been enough to do it, but Ray's very confident on that timing. We see Tam burn that air dodge. This is a scary situation as the platforms go away. No jump. He does air dodge back to the ledge, so Limit's still on deck, but he's only got a couple seconds left, and he has to burn it on that shield.
Yeah, we're seeing kind of a repeat of game 1, where Tam had the lead, and then all of a sudden that stock 2 comes through, and Ray's just burning through him.
Very nice recovery there by Tam, though. It's a great way to get around the Phantom, especially given that timing. And now as he gets that stock out with the 40, you can see all of that was because he gave Ray some problems sealing out that ledge trap. But Tam is the one that has, had some problems as the game goes on. You can see that Ray has begun to even it up. A lot of crazy crazy strings early on in the stocks have led to lots of damage. But the question is, as always, as a slow character, how do you close it out? Right now, you got to get that first hit, and Tam's not giving it for a second. My goodness.
No, absolutely not. It looks like this Town and City pick is exactly what he needed. A lot of stage to run around. The platforms when they are out are doing well for him.
You saw that Ray tried to cover a lot with that forward air, but couldn't get anything going after it. 78% built up, but with control of the stage, could have set up on the platform. Yes, he did.
I don't know what that's called, but I've seen Jace hit it on me several times.
Yeah, me too, dude. Jace may be a monster, but right now, Ray, the one on stream, nearly on the verge of this comeback against Tam, but the Blade Beam right off the bat, no time to think right there, and Tam looking hot in that game too.
That's similar to situations where, like, ledge trumps are good, because, like, you gotta, have an option, you gotta buffer an option quick before your invincibility runs out, or before you're able to get trumped, and that's something that, a lot of people don't abuse in this game. Is the lack of ledge invincibility at high percents and the lack of jumps. I think the ledge play from Tam there was really what won him the game there.
Yeah, definitely he's shown a very good understanding of, just how to use Cloud, right? If you're not going to be able to get those kills at a, reasonable percent, looking at like a 110 to 130 kind of range, then the clear option is to just put your opponent at the ledge and play the game that you're used to, which is use the sword to create a lot of range and keep your opponent off the stage. And it's been working out very well for him. The only question is, what happens when he's the one getting juggled around? We might see a smaller stage here from Ray to keep that Cloud up close and make it harder for Tam to space out. But we see Final Destination, a nice medium ground here, but notably nowhere for Tam to escape once he's up in the air.
Yeah, that Phantom is just going to cover so much space, and you have to double jump over him. Like, the fully charged Phantom swings up, so it does cover double jumps, or excuse me, full hops. So it's going to be a lot of horizontal control from Ray. Tried to end his life.
And speaking of horizontal, man, Tam wasn't looking for that at all. He's looking for the vertical with these forward airs, and man, I've been looking for more with this limit on deck as well. Ray going to the ledge maybe to try to stall it out and gets Tam to burn it, but like I was saying, man, once you go up in the air on Final Destination, you're making a commitment. Whether you're just jumping up there to get an aerial out or if your opponent grabs you, that is going to be a problem if you stay up there too long. And now that grab, man, Ray at the ledge.
Oh, yeah, the stall at the wrong time. In Game 2, I think Tam was just kind of out-neutraling Ray, but it seems like Ray's turned back on the Jets. The lack of platforms are making it hard for Tam to move, and that's really where Ray is getting a lot of his neutral wins when he can keep Tam on the ground. Yeah, playing a very honest head-to-head game here on Final Destination, where we saw Tam having a lot of success, especially playing with the lead there on Town and City, as we see that reflect come through for Ray, getting him off the ledge. Tam was doing a very good job of running away and forcing Ray to make unsafe approaches, because you gotta hit your opponent eventually, right? And we saw a lot of that on Town and City, but here on FD, when Ray's got the lead, no reason to approach. So we see Tam get that first stock on the ledge trap and maybe looking for another one on Ray's side as he gets the Cloud back at ledge. Yeah, can he be able to save the limit, get kind of a 36% off, so that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. And I love the recognition there from Tam to see, okay, that cross slash was an overextension. I just got to go back in that shield. I got to play a little bit defensively. Phantom, not quite going to set up for anything. He manages to evade those hitboxes, but how long can you evade off stage? 112%. Man, you're looking on death's door at the second stock. Yeah, that entire ledge interaction made me nervous. Like, between the cross slash stall, between the knight clanking with the down no hitbox of the uppy, all of that was... Didn't they fix that to make it send in the right way all the time?
Yeah, dude, you got me there. Sometimes they say they fix things in this game, and then 2 days later on Twitter, they're like, nah, actually, this didn't get fixed. You're like, oh, right. They just told you it got fixed. It's the same. Did he just do a pivot cancel dash jump? Why did he slide so hard? Man, I'm noticing so many things. Ooh, very nice getting back to the ledge. So both these both these players honestly have been doing very good of getting to the ledge when they need to get there, and Tam's been doing a great job of holding on to the stock. We've seen that he doesn't feel pressured to approach. He's doing a great job of keeping the Zelda at that sword's length, but anytime that Ray gives up the stage to try to, space with those projectiles and punish Tam for playing that mid-range, Tam is right back in Ray's face, and that time taking the stock, we are dead even here at the end of game 3.
Like, what are you supposed to do there?
Yeah, you don't do anything. that's the Zelda.
You lose your stock, that's what happens.
You say bye-bye. You come to terms with it. And here we go, Ray's got control of that center stage, and I like that too, that fake move back, trying to catch Tam, maybe jumping at him with a forward air, going for that ballsy approach, but 74%. Tam's not overcommitting to anything, he's just one hit after another anytime Ray tries to get close.
Tam is playing this matchup great, and I think Ray could be playing a little bit more passive and try and punish Tam for his approaches, but honestly...
Yeah, I mean, Ray definitely is looking like the most active Zelda I've ever seen. Like, I haven't seen a Zelda define the pace of the game in an offensive way very often, and that's what we're seeing here from Ray. However...
And it worked out game 1, but I feel like Tam has adapted to Ray's playstyle, and now Ray's got to mix it up just a little bit to close it out.
I think the big thing if you're Tam right now is to keep that confidence and not get overcome with the fear, because the fear is how Zelda is able to make these comebacks. You're barely holding on to that limit. Love the recovery to center, but the fear makes him blow the limit, and the lightning kick is going to be enough. Wow.
127 across the stage. That lightning kick will just kill you.
And man, Cultist, and you were saying this before this match even started, that lightning kick is going to be a defining tool of that matchup. Cloud is a tall character, and he has good shield pressure, but it's not unchallengeable, and that lightning kick out of shield is eventually just what won Ray that set.
Yeah, absolutely. Lightning kick is one of Zelda's defining moves. That's one of the things that, like, all of her toolkit revolves around her hitting that lightning kick or not, which kind of sucks because it's a little inconsistent. But honestly, like, if you hit lightning kick, you win. That's it. Like, you hit a couple of mana each game, and you hit several lightning kicks, you win.
Yeah, her lightning kick, honestly, this is the closest I've felt in any Smash game that there is a move that is comparable to Melee Falcon Knee. I feel like, where it's not quite nearly as good because you're not attached to one of the fastest characters in the game with amazing airspeed, with a move like that, right? But on the other hand, it is a crazy powerful aerial that's not only going to get you a ton of early kills, but it's useful at just about any percent.
I don't want to call it polarizing, but it's in that realm of like, oh, did I hit this move? Oh, I did win.
Yeah, if you don't know how to use your lightning kicks as a Zelda, I mean, that's a death sentence. That's like playing Diddy Kong and not knowing how to throw a banana. Like,
yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
It's integral to the character.
But we are going to see Zillion hopping through, who did beat Zale to be here.
Zale from...
I know,
Houston.
It's Southern Texas.
No, Zale is Houston and Tanny is Austin. I know there are two Pokemon trainers.